Okay, welcome. I'm really excited about today's topic. I know sometimes as a mom, it's so easy to just feel like you're busy, doing, and there's just so much to do and not enough time in the day. And at the end of the day, you just get overwhelmed and exhausted, and just trying to find that purpose and that motivation in your day. So I really want to talk about how we can take some of that busy work and that repetition that we're doing every day, how we can start trying to turn it into more productive, feeling more productive, results based, motivated, and just getting more excited about the tasks that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. So I know I've definitely fallen into the trap of just like creating to-do lists and feeling like I start the day going through my to-do list, I end the day going through my to-do list, and I am just exhausted and overwhelmed because there just feels like there's too much to do. As a mom, often it's like you got your laundry, you're trying to do your supper, changing diapers, doing baths, and it just can be so easy to get overwhelmed in that to-do list. So one of the things that really helps as far as when you're creating your to-do list is first looking through and just seeing, is there anything that I can eliminate off of this list? Now, that sounds really funny because if you could eliminate it, why was it on the list to begin with? But some of it is just simple things like having your kids eat at the table and not be able to bring snacks around the house so that you can eliminate having to vacuum later in the day. It could be simple things like putting locks on your cupboards and limiting some of the toys they have access to so you're not constantly following them around cleaning up after them. Simple things like that is eliminating tasks, eliminating work so you're not just being busy all day, but getting creative on how you can eliminate some of these tasks so that you're not just constantly repeating them every day. The second thing you need to ask yourself is going, do I have to do this task? And again, that sounds simple because you're like, well, if I don't do it, who else is going to do it? But sometimes it's simple, like things I found for me. One of the chores that I dislike the most is doing dishes, and that was one thing that I always found hard keeping on top of. And so, what Dallas and I decided is that we were just going to invest in a better dishwasher, and almost all of our dishes go through the dishwasher. Now I don't have to do the dishes. And then the other thing with that is Dallas knew that I was having trouble doing dishes, and so it was something that he decided he was going to take care of after the meals. I'd cook the meals, and he would wash the few dishes that we needed to wash. And so that was a way that I could delegate that dishwashing to Dallas, but also then getting a dishwasher so that it was less dishes for either of us to do, right? And so, are there things that you can delegate, not just to other people, but potentially tools that you can invest in that are going to help to delegate that task off of you so that that can help to take off some of that load and take away some of that overwhelm. Another thing that I do with that is groceries, is that I feel like doing online grocery shopping has kind of delegated my grocery shopping so that I don't have to go and take the kids in with me and try to grocery shop and spend all that time in the store with it. I can sit down when my kids are having a nap, in between while making supper, and I can just quickly put in the items I need in the cart, place my order, and I can go pick it up. And so that's just been another way for me to delegate some of that work to somebody else so that I don't have to be spending all this time in the grocery store shopping for food, but it makes it really easy to order things in between when I have little pockets of times and space. Okay, so the third thing you need to ask when you're looking at your to-do list is, can I automate any of this? And for me, what that looks like a lot is it's putting it into a schedule and a routine. Often I know sometimes it's hard to feel like you don't want to get into a schedule because it feels so limiting and it takes away freedom. But the reality is, it actually gives you so much more freedom because it takes so much off your mind and it helps to put that into a place where it happens regularly. So you don't have to think about it the rest of the week because you know it has a place, and it gives so much freedom as far as your mental clarity. Because I know that for me, laundry day goes on Mondays, and I've scheduled laundry day on Mondays. I've been doing laundry day on Mondays for a long time. And so that takes it off the rest of the week. And it kind of creates this automated system where I just do it without thinking. There's a lot of things as far as chores now that I've put into a schedule and routine, and it happens the same way every day. And so I do it without even thinking about it. And that is huge as far as just making it feel less busy and the stuff gets done and I'm not constantly thinking about it. That's the fourth thing, is really one of the things that you can do is make sure that you take care of the task right away. Don't procrastinate it. Don't leave it there, because that's going to, again, take away some of the feeling of the busy work if you get it done right away. If you get up and you make your bed right away, so you're not looking at it all day and going, I need to make my bed. That's going to make it feel like um, that you're making your bed way less. You'll get up, you'll make your bed, you feel like you made it once. If you see your bed 10 times in the day, you're going to feel like you needed to make your bed 10 times, but you didn't. And it's going to feel like you did it way more than you did. Even that with dishes, it's like we have supper, we wash the dishes, they're done. Then they're not on the counter, and I'm thinking about it because every time you think about it, you feel like you're doing the task, but you're not actually doing it. So get it done right away so that you can just get it off your mind, and you'll quickly feel like that you have less to do just because you're not constantly thinking about the things there are to do. Okay, so another thing that you're going to do to just help with that busyness and that overwhelming feeling is that you're going to structure your day in a way where you take care of either the most urgent thing or one of the hardest thing that you've been procrastinating on first. Get that hard thing out of the way or get that urgent thing out of the way, and that's going to help you to feel like now you're not thinking about that the rest of the day and putting it off. So you start with the harder things and you work towards doing the easier things during the day. And that's just going to help you to be able to feel again, like as you go through the day and you're getting more fatigued, you didn't leave the hardest things till last. You're also going to want to combine like anything that's like a quick task. What are you doing, you goofers? What are you doing? So you're also going to want to combine any of your quick tasks. And sometimes doing a bunch of quick tasks together can also be very, very motivating and help you get through things because it just helps to get that motivation of look at all the things that I've done, and it just, and then it helps to shrink down that list so it doesn't feel so busy and full. Putting things together that are more convenient, which sounds really simple, and honestly, it can be really simple. It's just, putting your errands together so that they're all at the same time and you can just run out once and do that. It could be just the sense of doing all of your cleaning at one time, making the beds at one time, whatever that is. Putting those convenient tasks together so that they kind of feel like one task instead of a whole bunch, that can really help in just making it feel less busy. Okay, so I've talked a bit about how we can really eliminate some of that busy work, how we can create systems to help us so that it's not so big, it's not so overwhelming and all of that. But that still doesn't deal with the problem of sometimes it just feels like we're overwhelmed and it's too much. And so what I really want to switch to now is just that whole idea of busy work versus productive work. And often we get caught up in just this busy work because it's so easy to just get caught up in the task at hand of I need to do laundry, I need to clean the dishes, I need to, and there's no link to the why. Why are you doing this? What result are you after? What is the goal in doing this? And there is a why behind so many of these tasks that we do as a mom, because if there wasn't, we wouldn't care about them. Like if we didn't get laundry done, if we didn't care about laundry, then when we didn't get it done, we wouldn't feel guilty about it. We wouldn't, but the reality is you care about laundry. If you didn't care about your house being clean, you wouldn't feel bad when it's not clean, right? So there is a reason, there's a goal, there's a result you want from these tasks, and that's why they're on your to-do list. And so reminding yourself, really thinking through, why am I doing this? Why is this important? And a lot of times for me, it's so huge to remember, when you're tired at the end of the day and you're trying to clean up, to me, it's like wiping down the counters, having a clean kitchen. That's really important to me because it's that sense of having just that peaceful home at the end of the day. I can sit down, I can have a cup of tea, I can think. And it's just become so valuable. And I've recognized that where that helps to motivate me then to do it because I really care about that. To have clean laundry is important just in terms of like having my kids dressed in clean clothes and not having to go to their drawers and be like, where is everything? That's important to me. And it saves me time. And even just my interaction with them being clean, having baths, having a clean face, having clean laundry, that affects how I interact with them. So that is a really important thing to me. And so if you can just go through that list and remind yourself of the why you're doing what you're doing. And if you can't think of a strong why behind the task, again, ask yourself, why is it on your list? Why do you care if it gets done if there's no why behind it? And a lot of it comes down to even just having to managing our home well and having things run smoothly. Now, there are some tasks that we just have to do because there's something we have to do. We don't really like them. That's, paying the bills, doing our taxes, those kind of things. But again, there is a why behind those too, because the reality is that if we don't pay our bills, we don't get water. If we don't pay our bills, we don't get electricity. We don't pay our bills, we don't have our house. So, so there is there is a result that you're getting from doing that that you care about as well, right? And so reminding yourself of that. But it's interesting too, because as I've started to be able to link my whys to the different chores I'm doing, I mean, it gives me more joy in doing them. It gives me more motivation in doing them. And I feel like I've accomplished more because I am thinking about the result I am getting from accomplishing them, not just a checklist that I'm trying to finish and move on to the next thing. And it's interesting to me because in a lot of ways, sometimes we think, oh, it only matters to me as a mom. Nobody else cares about this stuff, obviously, right? But it's interesting, just a few quotes as far as my daughter that she said at different times, and you realize it does make such a difference as far as their environment too. I remember once when went through and I cleaned up her room and reorganized it a bit, and she came in and she was so happy, she was so excited to be in her room, and I realized like it'd been messy for a couple days, and she hadn't really been in there much, and all of a sudden it was clean, it was organized, and it was kind of rearranged a little bit so there was new ways to play with things, and she was so excited to be in her room, and she was so thrilled. And I realized, you know what? This actually is really, they do care, This actually really helps her. There's another time when she was probably around 3, and we were sitting at the breakfast table all together. And this is another why for me. Like, we do 3 meals a day. And to me, again, reminding myself it's worth doing the work to make the meals because I care about the quality time around the table with my family. And reminding yourself, why are you making supper? Anyways, we were at the table for breakfast, and I often like clean the house the night before so that when we wake up in the morning, everything feels clean. It feels very peaceful, relaxing. And so the house was clean. We lit some candles for breakfast because she was really loving candles at the time. And she just sat there and she let out a little sigh and she was like, it's just so nice having breakfast in an organized home. And it was just like, wow, she's 3. And there was just something about it that she was just sitting there enjoying the fact that her home was organized, things were peaceful, the candles were lit, and she was having breakfast with her family. And so those are the really stories of reminding yourself this is why you're doing what you're doing. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it really matters to everybody else, but the reality is it does make a difference. Yeah, so figure out your whys and then go trying to change things so that you can really be focusing on that result and start seeing your work feeling a lot more productive towards a goal that you have. So I really hope that this has helped you in just figuring out some ways that you can really eliminate that busy work, but that you can also find out ways of some of that stuff that feels like busy work that has to get done, that you can find ways that you can start feeling motivated and getting results and reaching your goals and feeling like you are being productive as a mom at home and you're not just there being repetitious, doing the mundane, getting overwhelmed, but there's a reason and there's a purpose behind those tasks that you are doing, and there is a result that you are accomplishing by doing them. And that can give you a lot more joy and hope and just being able to enjoy this time that you have. As I've heard it so many times, it goes so fast. And so being able to just really pour into your kids, pour into your family, and enjoy them and enjoying the life in this time and not just feeling like you're constantly fighting burnout. But you have a hope, you have a reason for what you are doing. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was an encouragement to you. I hope there's things that you can pull from here to really help you and that you can go and live life, live it fully, live it with joy, and live it on purpose. We'll see you in the next video.
Hit the like button, subscribe below. Oh, oh.